Welcome back, everyone. In today's video, we are building a brand new HO scale kit called SOS Boat Repairs. Let me put a few images up on the screen for you. Now, if you'd like to purchase this kit, you can go to jasonjensentrains.com. And if you are a Patreon member, you receive a $9 discount on the kit. And the discount code can be found on my Patreon page at patreon.com/jasonjensentrains. All right, we have a lot to do today, so let's get to it. Okay, so I've already got some work done, but I will go over the walls and show them to you. There's 6 walls total. Wall number 1, which is the front wall, I put bracing across the top and the bottom, and then each side put your bracing all the way to the edge, but then you're going to add your corner trim. So that's going to give you a little bit of space right there. And there'll be a full diagram in the instructions showing you how to brace these. So that's wall 1, and you'll notice the bracing goes all the way across the bottom. After we get it painted, we can cut that or cut the bracing completely off of it. Here's wall number 2. The bracing goes all the way across the top and the bottom, but then I didn't go all the way to the edge. I left 1/8 of an inch on both sides. Wall 3, again, we put our bracing across that door, but the bracing can be cut off if you want later on. So again, top and bottom, and then down both sides, and a little scrap piece in the middle. And then this one gets corner trim added. So it gives you a little space on each end because of that corner trim. Okay, wall number 4, across the top and the bottom, and then don't go all the way to the edge, leave 1/8 of an inch. Wall number 5, across the top and the bottom, and you can go all the way to the edge, but then you need to add corner trim. So then you end up with a little space. Okay, wall number 6, last one. Top and bottom, and leave 1/8 of an inch on each end. So wall number 1 gets corner trim on both sides. The corner trim is marked with green on the end. You'll see it's 1/16 of an inch square. So on wall number 1, both sides. Wall number 3, both sides. And wall number 5, you'll add the corner trim on both sides. The other walls do not get corner trim. Then, after everything was dried, I used raw umber to stain the walls. Okay, now that our walls are dry, we can go ahead and start to paint them. We're going to do two-tone. The bottom lower section is going to be slate gray, and the upper portion of the wall is going to be deep midnight blue. Okay, we're going to take painter's tape. We're going to roll the ends. So it's sticky side up. And we want it to be straight with our lines here. Okay, now we're going to take our walls, and they don't have to be in order, but they have to be the correct direction. So you want the bottom to be at the edge of the tape. Make sure they're all lined up at the bottom, because we're going to put our tape across there to paint the lower section. Okay, now we will grab a ruler and let's come up about, okay, we'll do 5/8. Okay, it doesn't have to be exact. I put some little marks on there. Now I'm going to tape it. Since we're doing the lower portion first, we want to put the tape above the line. Okay, the lower portion is going to be slate gray. Darn it. I painted that one upside down. Okay. Let's see. Alright, we'll quick put gray on it. Okay, and then we'll take some sandpaper . Okay. Now, if you wanted to brush on a little bit of stain over that sanded area, you could, and I think I will real quick. Now we'll take the deep midnight blue . Okay, now that our walls are dry, let's do some experimenting. We're going to take Ocean Depths And we're going to lightly go over these. Notice I'm not going solid. Really just trying to get into the cracks. And then we'll do some spots here and there. But in those lines of the individual boards, that's where I'm putting it. Okay, next we need to paint our doors and windows. We're going to paint them an off-white, but some of it gets painted gray, the slate gray. So I'm going to cut those pieces out. So hopefully you can see that. It is the 3 doors, the solid door here, and this door. Everything else, let's cut out the sign. I'm not sure what color I'm going to do the sign yet, so we'll just cut that out for now. Okay, so everything on here we're going to paint an off-white. Okay, I simply sprayed it with Colonial Ivory from Krylon. Okay, so I'm starting to get my windows glued in place, and I wanted to show you quick how I do this. I put a little bit of super glue on the back of the windows and then glue it onto a sheet of the clear acetate. Then I cut them so that the sheet is larger than the window. And then I put glue around the edge of the window and then set that in place, and it sits flush and it doesn't fall through. I sometimes smear the super glue around a little bit or dab it so that it's not so thick. Okay, our windows and doors are all done. Now we can start to glue the structure together. If you paint the base, you can assemble the walls right on here. Maybe we'll do that first. Okay, for aged concrete, I usually use the color Cocoon. Now, a lot of people are having a hard time finding this. I find it at my local Michael's craft store. But all you have to do is use desert sand and slate gray, and it's 50-50. So let's quick do that. Now I kind of got in a hurry. I was going to add some cracks to this and maybe damage some of the board. Now we'll take some pastel chalks. Okay, now we can start to glue the walls together. Okay, we'll just go in order. 1, 2, 3. Okay, number 4. We're gonna have to do this wall first. Now we're gonna have to take some paint. I should have done this before I glued the walls, but you'll notice the edges are the raw wood. So we'll take some slate gray, put it on the bottom, and then the midnight blue at the top. You see all the walls fit flush to the edge of the base. Okay, I painted all the corners. Now let's move on to the rooftop. So here's the roof guard. I painted the underside white so that the overhang is white. We have a sunroof on the top that's made up of 2 pieces. So I sprayed this with a reddish brown primer, sprayed this one white. The color is not too important on these. So we need to, you know what? I don't want to get ahead of myself. So we're going to cut a piece of plastic the same size as this. Okay, we'll glue that to the top of it. Actually, it might be easier. It doesn't matter, but I'm going to glue this onto the top of that, then glue it on here. Smearing that glue around so it doesn't ooze out on the clear plastic. Just trimming the plastic. There was a little bit showing. Okay, now we'll put super glue on the top of this. Now we'll glue that on top of this. Now we'll cover this with black tar paper. Next, we're going to use some dry brush paint from Ammo. Light gray. I've said it before, but 1 bottle of this will last you a lifetime. Okay, next we need to add trim all around underneath the overhang. And the trim is marked with blue on the ends in the kit. I'm going to simply spray the ivory, the Krylon spray paint on here, and then we'll apply some chipping with the iced coffee and glue it on. Okay, we've got all the trim glued on, and I even glued a ship wheel to the front. Now you get a couple of those in the kit, so you can put them wherever you want. You can put them on the side here, over here, on the back, anywhere. And like I said, you get 2 of them in the kit. Now I'm working on the sign. And to build the frame that supports the sign, take this entire rectangle piece and lay it flat on your workbench. Then you want to glue the angled side of the supports to the back of it, so that when you flip it up, this is the back side. I'll have the parts numbered in the instructions for you, but it'll sit like this. And because the roof is at a slant, you want the tallest one to be on this side and the shortest one on this side, so that the sign is level. Then the sign for the front is made up of 2 pieces. So this gets glued on top of there, and then that will get glued on the front. Okay, let's do this first. Okay, now we'll glue the sign to the support. So you want to put your glue a little less than halfway down the support. I probably should have painted the back side of that sign like a gray, or maybe a gunmetal gray, to make it look like metal. Okay, I just cut out the little meter, which is made up of 2 pieces. The round piece gets glued in the center of the rectangle. So we'll get a gray primer on this, and I think I'll leave this gray and then paint the circle white and glue that on there, and then we'll glue it on the side of the structure. Then we'll take some pastel chalks and now we'll take a brand new blade and cut these out. Okay, I've painted all the details, and I even weathered the signs and put those all on. I can take the camera off and give you a little closer look, especially on these motors. I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, a huge thank you to all of my Patreon members. And don't forget, if you are a paid Patreon member, you receive a $9 discount on the kit. All right, well, thank you all so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. Until next time, stay motivated and happy modeling, everyone.